Good afternoon, Year 10s, and welcome to Homeschool with Mrs. Simpson. Here we are again, back in the classroom. Today I'm doing a video for you on how to find an angle using trigonometry. So you've done really well, some of you, and some of you just still need to catch up on the trigonometry stuff first. But please look at my other videos on this and get yesterday's work done before you try doing these angles business. Alright, so here's how to find a missing angle when you've been given sides. Right, here we are at the whiteboard. Now, here's a triangle which has got two sides, and we want to find out the angle that's here. You're going to need your calculator. So, step number 1, label up the sides. Remember, it's all about where the angle is, so it's all about this angle. There's our 90 degrees. Now, opposite the 90 is the hypotenuse. Label it up. According to this angle, the 20 metre is opposite side and the 8 metres is the adjacent side. So we're not going to use hypotenuse because it doesn't have any numbers on it. Why would we bother? So we're going to use opposite and adjacent. So when we get our sine, cosine, tangent rules, what are we going to use? Opposite and adjacent is tan. So we write down the rule straight away. The tan of an angle is the opposite over adjacent. Then we put in the numbers. So here our angle is x. So the tan of x is 20 over 8. So what does the tan of x equal? Well, we type it into our calculator and we type in 20 over 8 equals, you can see that it's 2.5. Now to get rid of, here we are, so the tan of x is 2.5. So we want to get x by itself. So how do we get rid of tan? Now the opposite of tan is, hang on a minute, I've dropped my pen. The opposite of tan is shift tan. On your calculator it'll have a little tan to the -1. So let's look at it down here on your calculator where that is. So we have your sine, cos and tan buttons, and above them you'll notice you have sine to the -1, cos to the -1 and tan to the -1. So I'm going to do shift tan. So that accesses the tan to the -1. Put in my answer, close the bracket, 68.19. So I'm going to go to the whole number, 68.1, which will round off to 68 degrees. And that's how big the angle is. So there's the full working out. It's exactly the same when you have a triangle like this that doesn't immediately look like a right-angled triangle, but you know that you can form one. And there it is, a right-angled triangle. They want us to know this angle down the bottom. So this is our hypotenuse, isn't it? Because we formed our right angle at the bottom. According to the angle in our question, this is the opposite side and this is the adjacent side. So we won't be using adjacent because it's got no numbers in it and it's not part of our question. We're going to have to use opposite and hypotenuse, which is, there we go, opposite and hypotenuse. We're going to use sine. So we write straight away, write down the rule. The sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Why don't you pause the video, see if you can work it out, put in the numbers in and using your calculator. Then come back and see how you went. Sine of y equals 4 over 5. So the sine of y equals 0.8. So we go over to our calculator. So we want the shift sine of 0.8. The inverse sine of 0.8, which is 53 degrees. So that means y equals 53 degrees, because we do sine to the -1 that side and sine to the -1 of that side. So shift sine 0.8 is 53. Hopefully you did well, and now you can do your maths watch task.